Jack, $3,000 or we kill your dog.
When someone takes the only thing you care about, sometimes you take everything back in return. The night of the murders, 3 teenage boys were killed, all in different ways, with forced but sneakily entrance to the home. They were all together, hanging out, but didn't know what the night had in for them, as they were all picked off one by one. Lots of forensic evidence was used to determine who the murderer was, but I think everybody already knew. They all died brutally by knife wounds. Many knife wounds. But why? Why was this method used? And why were the boys killed in such malicious, brutal ways? Jax was killed on the bottom floor in the bathroom. He saw the murderer in the mirror and then turned around to see who it was. Not too shortly after that, he was brutally killed and stabbed many times. Dom was the first one to go. He was killed in the kitchen. He was eating or drinking when the perpetrator walked in. Without saying anything to him, he stabbed him many times like he did Jax. Because of this, many believe that the killer entered the room through the garage door, since he was the first one to go. Nick was the last of the bunch to go. After seeing Jax's lifeless body outside of the bathroom door, he bolted for the back door, where he was then chased by the murderer outside and choked with what appeared to be a dog leash. These murders weren't random. It was some type of punishment, or a way to get back. On the kitchen table, a knife, a dog leash, and a revenge note were all found. The ransom video in the beginning was found as evidence. It shows Jax, Nick, and Dom. They were mocking this kid named Jack and asking for a cash prize in return for his dog back. Comments under the video reveal that it went viral in a school group chat. Jack was a high school student with no prior history of crime. He was described as a nice and quiet kid, not one that would typically murder 3 boys over some silly video as it may have seemed. But this wasn't just about a dog. It was about grief and betrayal. Surveillance showed Jack's car outside of the house around the time that the murders happened. It was rumored that Jack met up with a knife dealer to get the murder weapon of choice. This was the best way to stay discreet without making any noise for the neighbors to hear.
Make sure you want these, and you're just pissed off.
I'm sure.
Alright.
Let me see that one right there. This one.
This one.
Yes.
Alright, be smart.
Got you.
You don't know me.
This is a reenactment of the night of the murders on what believed what happened. The second to go was Jack's in the bathroom.
Jesus, Jack. You scared me.
What are you doing?
The third to go was Nick, that knew nothing happened until this moment. He was chased outside by Jack, not knowing what else to do. He was then fatally choked. Not too long after this, Jack was apprehended by the police. Here's a body cam footage showing the police finding him in his car not too far from the murder site.
Seems to be a problem, officer.
You know what you did. You know why this is happening.
Jack was then taken into the police office, where he was questioned by officers and interrogators on why he did this.
We need to get to the bottom of this. What was your motive? Why'd you do it?
To get revenge for what happened to my dog.
What happened to your dog?
They kidnapped him. The evidence is on my phone.
You know you're going to jail, buddy, right?
I know what I did was wrong, but also I needed to protect my dog.
Where's your dog located?
I still do not know to this day.
We're gonna get a search team out there. You're going to jail. For 3 first-degree murders that were planned. And you're not getting out of jail, buddy. You're not getting out of jail.
The forensics department used fingerprint evidence to prove that Jack was the murderer. The fingerprints were also found in the knife, and they matched the ones on the paper. Revenge is never the end, only the echo of justice, twisted by time and pain.